Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Minecraft with the Minecolonies mod, and this town that I'm doing in Minecolonies was started specifically to try out the trade post for Minecolonies mod, which is a mod of the mod Minecolonies. And we are at a level 3.5, we're going to say, because none of the housing has been brought up to level 4. I'm standing in one of the rail tunnels right now, and I'm going to change my view. Let's find out what time it is. What time is it? Let's find out. In the town of Jalapari, it is 3:40 in the morning, and which is interesting because it's 3:02 in the morning where I am on Earth in the Midwest of the United States of America. And today is the 27th of May. So if you are watching 2026, if you are watching this within the time frame, within a few days of this stream, you can, and you have a Twitch account, you can go to Twitch and see the work that we did on the rails yesterday, but I'm going to show it to you right now. And so, we received something from Tana. Tana arranged for Jalapari to have a shipment of ancient debris, and so they are, I think they received that shipment in the warehouse. So we are in the farm country. If you've been following in the last couple of streams, this was a brand new farmhouse that we put up. Everyone's getting up in the morning, going to work. Sutton's hurrying to work, it seems. We put up a new farmhouse, and then we had this idea that actually it wasn't an idea. You were here when it happened. You were here. That we were going to put in a new rail line to go to a new outpost that goes to a swamp that is to the east of the city. And when we decided we were going to put in this new rail, we were going to put it here because it came off of the main road, and we thought, that's really cool. They'll just come off this main road and go down this trail. However, we remembered, luckily in time, that the outpost has to be connected to the rail. That is the trade post for Minecolonies deal. That's how it works. And so the outpost has to be connected to the rail station, the train station of the trade post mod. And since the outpost and the train station are both trade posts for Minecolonies, and this is what we wanted to do, this is what we're working on. So we have a level 4 train station right here, and our train station, our train master is Thatcher, and he is monitoring the tracks. We have it to the west. We have an entrance near this is near the crafters, the mine, actually. This is where the mine is, and we might need to make that entrance a little bit bigger because the mine is there. And then down here, this is the marketplace. This is where the market is, and the sort of the tourist area of town. And it runs, this leads out through a neighborhood that was originally going to be the children's neighborhood. We were going to put the school in this neighborhood, but there wasn't enough room to do that. And we changed our minds based off of the fact that we wanted to connect the school with the university. So that's how we did it. Ayush Pendale. I'm probably not getting the end of your name. How I am doing well, thank you. How are you? I'm just going to say Ayush. Is that okay? Or you can tell me, how are you doing? And so this is the gatehouse here, and this bridge goes across the Coconino River to the outpost that is started on the other side of those mountains. However, that outpost, skin in the game. Look at this. This is skin in the game. This is Reiser Scheisen, and Reiser Scheisen is one of the donors on Patreon to Minecolonies, and so his avatar is a visitor in everyone's town at a certain donation level. This is one of the perks, and he says, "Hi there, I'm an explorer who goes by the name Reiser. There is something interesting about this place, and I'd like to be a part of it. I would be willing to join your colony for 1 diamond sword." But I don't like to take the visitors. I don't like to use skin in the game visitors, because you only get their head when you when you have them join your village. You do not get their body. And I really love the looks of them. And so it's so much more fun to have them visit than anything else. Ayush, I like it. Cool, thank you. And so I will show you from the top for a second. Have you been watching for a while? If this is your first time, why don't we show, this is a level 3.5. That means that some buildings are level 4 and some buildings are level 3. Because the housing is all level 3, I'm saying it's a 3.5. All of the shops are now level 4, and we have a problem. Because of trade posts for Minecolonies, the warehouse has more materials in it than it usually does. And because trade posts for Minecolonies has added a group of new blocks, and on this train station we can see like 4 of the new blocks on the train station. And so because of that, the warehouse is full already. This is your first time. Okay, so I'm going to start at the beginning just for a moment. This is the level 4 town hall for Old English style. And Old English style starts with a supply camp that is located underground. It's essentially 3 stories, the supply camp is. This is 1 story where Anyanka, the style designer for Old English style, has put everything that you need for the town hall complex in here. So you could build the entire level 1 of the town hall from all the stuff that was provided in here, including have armor for your first guards, and enough coal and torches and wool and dye and all of that, so you could make beds and everything. And this was the first floor. That's the basement of the supply camp. This was the first floor. And then outside, there used to be a ladder right here that went up to a deck, and that was where, and all of that was the supply camp. And the way she had it set up, Anyanka, the style designer, is that when you started building the town hall, you oriented the book, the town hall hut block, the way you wanted the town hall to sit, and then you started building it. The thing that she provided is that the very first builder that you could put in is the builder that would be on the deck, and there was a sign saying put a builder here, and this is where the builder was supposed to be. It's SimCity in Minecraft. It is. It is. You got that right. And so the builder, this builder is one of 5 builders that we have now. This is McKenna, and I don't think McKenna's working on anything right now. Let's see. She is not. So what I'm going to have McKenna do is I'm going to have her, oh, she's already upgraded. Wow, she finished. So this is a level 5 builder's shop for the builder. And look at that. I just noticed that now. She was assigned to build the level 5 and she completed it. And so this is the builder, the level 5 builder. I think it doesn't include anything up here. No, it doesn't. This is all a part of the town hall itself. And then she doesn't have anything to do. Are we ready to start doing housing? We might be ready to start doing some housing. McKenna could start with the housing. She has to start with the mine housing. If she's going to do housing, she has to start with the mine house, with the stonemason, because these are still level 3 because they're a part of this house. So some of the buildings are nested into other buildings, and that means that this building has to be brought up before I can bring up the workers who are downstairs, which I'll show you in a minute. So let's do this. This is going to be our first. McKenna is going to upgrade our first house to level 4. So we have 3 people living here. Ellie and Boone are a couple, and their son, Maximiliano, is also living with them right now in this house. And this is going to be updated. Now, once it's updated, then all of these, the sifter, the crusher, the concrete mixer, and most importantly, the brickyard will be updated. We're not using quarry in this. I don't use quarries. I don't necessarily want to. All this is made by me. So no. So what happens is in this simulation of people living here is that you as the player gets a tool, a build tool, and that's the build tool right there. And when you click on that build tool, it shows you the border of the city, and it shows you all the different styles that you can choose to build in. Funny, my stream title, I've written Jalapari. Jalapari is mermaid in that language, and that's why I picked it. It means mermaid or sea female. So this is where you find all of the styles that you would like. So these are designs by designers that have been approved by Minecolonies, the mod, and all these designs are available for you to use in your towns. You can make a full town of a single design, or you can mix and match. You can mix and match them. And the reason that I have the name, the reason that the town is named Mermaid is because that is what I am. So, Ania Mobile, hello, welcome. So if I go into the water, this is what I look like. There you can see that I have a tail, and that I am in fact a mer myself. And in my story, I say that, oh, it is your language. Oh, cool. Oh, that's wonderful. Excellent. Yes, I do. I know that it means a mermaid, and that's why I chose it. And I'm right. Yes, it is Hindi, and I have in my ancestry, I have Hindus who came to the Caribbean in my ancestry, and so I am studying Hindi, but I don't know enough of it yet to say anything to you. But I am studying the language myself. Um, and hello, Ania, how are you? How are you? It's nice to see you. So yes, so here we are. So I'm going to get out of the water. When I get out of the water, I don't have my siren sight. It'll go away. The fact that I can see underwater will go away, and it'll get very dark because it's nighttime. And yeah, so let's come over here. And there's my siren sight going away, my mermaid sight going away. I'm going to go to sleep because it's raining, and we'll come down in the morning. And you are Batman. Oh, you like Batman, huh? You like Batman. Cool. Let me come down into here. I'm going to go to sleep. And there we are. And I have a notification about McKenna finishing her builder's shop because she didn't have anything to do. She was assigned to work on her builder's shop. And so now she is going to start working on the Mason house. Let's go and see Maisie. Maisie's the main builder. You like the village? Oh, the way I put it together? You like the way the village is put together? Well, this is Anyanka who designed it, and then you as the player get to decide how the town is going to look. So you decide where all the buildings go. So this is the town hall right here. This is the cathedral, which is a mystic site, and right here, and it is a level 4. This is the university district over here. This is the main university building, and then this is the sports center. Now the sports center isn't a sports center in Minecolonies. Minecolonies is classic Minecraft, and they have battles, and so this is actually a barracks. But because I play peaceful games, this is the sports center for the university, and the sports are archery, because we have druids, and there's one of the archers. And then on the other side is physical combat sports, and so we have an area for those as well. And so technically, are you playing SimCity in Minecraft? You searched up the channel. Oh! The name of it? Oh yeah, you did? Mm-hmm. Technically, I'm playing SimCity in relation to the fact that I tell a story about the people. That one of the things I like about Minecolonies is it's people in Minecraft, but unlike with SimCity, the people have their own lives. You can assign them to jobs, and I sort of create a story around the way I assign them to do jobs. And you have visitors who come in. They can have kids, and they can have families, and Let's see if click on someone. Let me click on someone for a minute. Let me find someone who I know has had a kid. There we go. And this is Dennis. And Dennis has had a kid. So, but it's not showing that he's had a kid, even though he has, which is really interesting. I wonder, is that not working? Because he and Amani actually had have a son, and the son's name, if I'm not mistaken, is Trenton. But I'm going to look and see. I'm going to the Akasha records for a minute and see. Ania, you have to talk for. Okay, all right. Thank you for stopping in, Ania. It's nice to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And let me go here and let me go to the Akasha records for a second and see, yes, see who their kid is. And their child is, where's their kid? Hold on for a second. Did they get erased by mistake? Jessica, Boone. Oh, there they are. It's Trenton. Yes, Trenton is their child. And a lot of times it shows that they have, when they have kids. Let's see if I can find, I'm not going to find Trenton very easily because he's courier. And maybe he does want to hide the truth for some reason. And I think you're correct, because that is most curious, isn't it? Because he definitely has a kid with Amani, and they were living together when he had the kid. And let me call Trenton for a second. Trent's right here. We call him. Let's see what he says. Interesting. So they're not talking about it. They're not talking about their family relationship. Let me find one of the other families. That would be curious if that's not working. Let's go over to here, where we have Boone.
What can I do for you?
Hi, Boone. It's not working. Oh, interesting. It's not working. Oh, that's fascinating. For some reason, the family piece isn't showing families.
Yes.
And it should be, because we've had kids. And who else do I know who's a kid? Oh wait, there was one right there. The concrete mixer is a kid. Let me call him for a second. Call Cade. We call Cade. Hi, Cade.
Good to see you, mate.
I know. Oh, it's not working. How fascinating. How fascinating. World's best detective? Okay. Batman as a detective. That's interesting. Yeah, I can see that. I have never thought about Batman as being a detective, but of course, he solves crimes. He solves crimes, so he's a detective. Absolutely. So let's go back to what we were looking at for a moment. I was looking at builders just for a second to make sure that everybody has what they need.
If you say so.
And this is what I'm looking for. So glass pane, we need to go to see Liberty. Let's walk. Let's go down the street. They know that I'm an ambassador. So the name of the nation is Tahana, the nation of mermaids, and we are a mob. So the skeleton nation, the ender nation of Minecraft, skeletons, enders. Skeletons manage the zombies. Zombies are young skeletons, and creepers are their pets. Witches are the remnant of a nation of witches, and something terrible happened to them, and they no longer exist. All they are just little roving bands of unfortunately disturbed women, and so that is. Let's select this and let's teach this recipe, okay? And then the Enders, the Ender Nation, and yeah. And so all those nations and the Mermaid Nation are what I have. So I'm from the Mermaid Nation of Tahana. The Mermaid Nation is the one that loves the land people. Mermaids. Ooh, that was fireworks, which means something is done. Something's been built. Let's see what it was. Dun, 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 dun. Yay, Cash. So Cash was working on his builder's shop, and he just finished bringing it up to the full level. So level 5 is the maximum level for the builds. So he is now at the maximum level he can be at. And the reason we needed him to be at this level, so this is the maximum level builder's shop in Old English. So I have 2 different Old English builder's shops, but we need him to upgrade the warehouse because the warehouse is full and we're going to have trouble with it. So why are they hiding their children? That is a good question. That is a good question. I didn't realize that they were. Normally you can see on the children's area, on the family tree, you can see who their parents are and things like that, and it's not showing. Let me see something for a minute here. We're going to have this building be brought up to the level 5 by Cash so that we have enough room for all the materials that we need to do. And I see end stone, that's going to be maybe the problem. Ooh, 316 white paper extra, that's going to be interesting. Okay. Dark prismarine, it doesn't need that much. And doesn't need a lot of glowstone. And so I think we're good. Cobblestone shingles with oak wood, that's going to be fine. All right, so this is going to take a while for them to build. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And if you want, you'll see that Jalapari that I'm on, I think this is like the 30th episode of it, and that I have a playlist that starts at the beginning of building this. And so you can see what it looked like at the very beginning and some of the mistakes that I made and some of the things that we overcame in order to get to where we are right now. But I had fun doing it, and yeah, so you can watch that. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's come here. We're going to go to sleep. So I know what McKenna's doing. I'm going to look at what Maisie's doing, but I think I did already. And we know what Cash is doing now, because Cash is going to start the warehouse. And these are the builders in town. And let's go to Maisie one more time up on the hill here. And we'll come here and look. If you need someone to add lore to your colonies, okay. I will keep that in mind. Hi,
Great to see you.
How are you? Let me see what you're asking for. That glass, red stained glass, candles. Ah. Hold on, we need to go down to somebody. We need to go to Marissa. And Marissa is our Fletcher, and she's the one who would make candles. So we're going to come down here to where she is. Right here, she has her own shop, and we'll come here and let's teach a recipe. And the recipe we're going to teach is candles. So we need a candle recipe, and there it is. Nope. Let's try that again with real string. There we go. String and honeycomb. And then the red candle is going to be dyed by the dye shop. So she needs a couple different color candles. So let's come here and let's come to, this is Santino who has the dye shop, and we're going to teach the recipe for the red candle. Teach that. And let me see what other candles she needed. Let's go to the clipboard and we'll look. The clipboard allows us to see what everyone needs who's building. And Cash needs a courier piece, and I think that's going to have to be created. I think we got the candle. I think the candle is done, so we're good. Let's go to Juliana, not Giovanni, Juliana. And Juliana is one of the carpenters. Is there a job option for youth? So my story is, essentially what happens is there are kids and they go to school when they're little, and then they turn into adults. And in my story, what I do is have them go to university. They don't have to in Minecolonies, the game, but in my story, they go to university until they get to a certain level. Ronaldo, hello Ronaldo, welcome. And then when they get to that level, then they can choose a job based on their skills. And what I use is, what I say is their skills tells me what they want to do for a living, and that's how I use it. So that's how I'm doing it. Ronaldo, yes. What is it that you want to say? Because I said hi. Okay, Juliana is going to, I think needs a recipe for Vincentius. I have somebody. And you can make them go away. And let me see what Juliana is going to do. That's right. So we need her to craft a courier's hut, and we'll do that. And we'll do that. Teach recipe. That's okay, Ayush. Vincentius Primus is going to get that person. So here we go. And we're going to teach the recipe, and the recipe we want is a courier shop. and I need a piece of wood in order to teach. This is Juliana right here. And Juliana is living with the other carpenter, one of the other carpenters. And that carpenter is, thank you, Vincentius Primus, everybody, is living with one of the other carpenters, Marcos. and the two of them work in the city. Who? That was Vincentius, who is not showing himself, but Vincentius Primus is the moderator on my stream. So and just 1 second, let me get a piece of wood. That's what I wanted to do. We'll get a piece of oak because I'd rather that she made it out of oak. And so we're going to teach courier so that she knows how to make this. We'll teach this, and we'll teach. Nope. Now I'll have to remove that. I made a mistake, so I'll have to remove it from the list. Now I have it right, and so now we'll go to here, and let's look at the list, and let's go all the way down to the bottom, where I have two different ways of making this. This one out of dark oak, will remove that one. And she already knew how to make a courier, and so she was just saying that she just wanted a reminder of the recipe, because there it is right there. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of people who watch at any given time, so I don't have that many grifters. I don't have that many spammers. Every once in a while I do, but I do have a moderator if that comes up, and I greatly appreciate him. So, and he is Vincentius Primus. So let me come here for a second. I'm going to put this down, and we'll look at what we're doing. And yay! So research was finished at the university. Your researchers have made their conclusions about Lifesaver 2. That means that people's strength. Hi, Marcos. What's wrong? And the pawn shop has also been researched. Yay! So they finished a bunch of things. Marcos, what's the matter? Do you want something?
Is there a problem?
Is there a problem? You're not getting what you need? You're not getting the pieces that you're asking for? We have a full set of couriers at a level 4. We can have a full set of couriers, which is 8 for level 4. The maximum number per warehouse is 10. You can have more than one warehouse, but you don't need more than one for a long time. And you don't need more than one unless you have a city that's close to 200 people. That's usually when I start needing another warehouse, but not at this point. All right. So I don't know why it's not showing. I honestly do not know why it's not showing. Did I take her wood? I did take her wood. Hold on. I'm going to take this back to Juliana. I took a piece of wood from her table, and I didn't give it back to her. I was just using it to teach, and so I need to give it back. Actually, you have a habit that you join different random people's streams, mostly artists, and talk with them, subscribe them, and make friends. I like it. That's very sweet. I like it. And thank you. Because in school, people are not brave properly with you and your friends. People do not brave properly with you and your friends. What does that mean? So Hindi is your first language and English is your second, because your English is really good. The only thing that I know, I can't think of anything, and that's what happens with language. Oh, they don't behave properly with you and your friends in school. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. No. You're amazing. You are amazing. You're amazing. And let me come here. Everyone's going to go to bed because it's nighttime. People are going to go to sleep. But I need to do something for just a moment. English is your second and Hindi is your first. Oh my gosh, you are so good. Your English is very, very good. And I can't do that yet. I could probably read a little bit of something in Hindi, but I couldn't read that much. I know what some words look like. Like, for instance, I would recognize the word and, A-N-D. I would recognize, I'm not sure I would recognize anything more than and right now. Ooh, the moon, look at that. It's beautiful. I'm going to find out what one of the other, I picked something up. Oh, the tree farmer Max. He dropped some things. Let me get a light. There we go. I'm holding a lantern in my hand. And is the only thing that I know, and I know I know what that word looks like, and I would recognize that word. But I don't know how to. I'm not familiar enough yet to recognize some others. Hard time to read Hindi. Yeah. Well, I'm using Duolingo to learn it, to learn Hindi, and I'm enjoying doing that, actually. You're very bad at your own native language. Well, that happens. That happens sometimes. But I like Duolingo for learning language. What's Josiah working on? He's not working on anything. Josiah, what are you? What level are you? You're level 4. Okay, there we go. If Josiah's not working on anything, I don't have anything for him to do. Let me look. I don't think I have anything for him to do. If I don't, wow. Okay, that means that Josiah is going to work on his house. He's going to work on his builder's shop and bring it up to level 5. A light just went out. That wasn't your imagination. That is my reminder to drink something. So I'm going to drink some water. And there we go. Okay, and let's come here. And let's have Josiah work on his shop. So he's going to bring this builder's shop up to the full level 5. And that is the final level for this building, which is cool because the minute I get to the last level, the level 5, I can add personal touches of my own to the builds. And I can't do it before level 5 because when they go to upgrade the building, they'll just remove all the stuff that isn't a part of the original design for the building. And so that's why if you want to do something like add modded furniture or change the arrangement of the room or something like that, you can't do it until level 5. Which isn't bad. Now, there was a time when I would do level 5 housing right away just so that I could decorate the houses. But I don't do that anymore because Minecolonies has created a food system that is based on the housing. And so if I put in level 5 housing, then I need level 5 food. And I don't want to do that. And Violetta is up to level 2, so we're going to get Violetta to build this up to a level 3. She's going to upgrade and she's going to start using deep slate brick for the first time. This building is dark dust, which is Trevo, I believe, is dark dust. I'll look in just a minute and see if I have his name right. Upgrade the building. I have to go to the builder tool to look at it. So let me come here. Let me take the build tool and look at dark dust. And yes, it's Trevo CG. And he designed the style of this builder that we're building. This is going to be our 5th builder. And we're building this builder way out towards the border. You can see the border right there because we're about to pass the border. We're going to go extend this road out and do that. Where are you from? Don't tell me, I want to guess. If you give, oh yeah, you can guess. Yeah, you can guess. You can guess where I'm from. And do you mean country or do you mean in the United States where I'm from? America. Yes. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, I am American. And and yes, that is very good. I am definitely American. I can say that. That's all I'll say right now. I'm American. And sadly, I'm not gonna go there. Never mind. First guess. Good for you. Good for you. You are. You absolutely are. You are definitely a detective. Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to do something right now. We're going to look at some road pieces because I want to add a road here and I don't know what road I want to add. So we're going to use the night to look at some road pieces. So Old English's roads aren't going to work outside of town. I could use... I need rail actually, and the big rail people are Frontier, and I might find some decent road using, do I want to use, I probably could use Colonial. Let's look at Colonial and let's look at infrastructure and let's look at roads. And that just shows me those. That's not what I need. Let's look at streets. And that doesn't show me anything either. Okay, so let's go to Frontier. We know that Frontier has rail. And we can look at Frontier and see infrastructure, rails, a longer rail, level 1. Let's X and let's come back and let's try that again. Let's try and get that to show here. Frontier, infrastructure, rails, longer rail, and there it is. So this is a longer rail. Oh, it's underground. No, that's not, yeah, it's underground. It is underground. There's the rail. It's underground. So we don't want to do this because it's underground. So let's go to the original and look at it. And you're going to call... As you wish. Not too many people call me that. I think you're the first person ever who's called me that. That's pretty interesting. Vincentius, this person is saying that I'm a granny. But you are correct. You recognize that I've been on the planet a long time. in that respect, you are correct. But yeah, but in actuality, I'm not. I'm not, because I'm a mermaid. Let me see. Minecolonies original. Let's look at Minecolonies original infrastructure rails, and let's see if we can find rail ground straight. And that's showing underground. Rail straight. So this is a rail. This would be a double rail. And we haven't been using double rail. I would need to use a single rail track. You're Batman. Yes, I should have known. I should have, indeed. Do I have rail straight, rail stairs, rail basic rail? That's not going to do. Okay, so let's go to Shire and see if Shire has rail. And we're going to go to Shire Additions, actually Shire proper, infrastructure, roads, and here's rail. Overground rail, long, and that's overground. And it is not showing. We're not going to do this. Yeah, we're not going to do this. What do I need? What can I not find? What if I just need road that has rail in it? Let's go to original. Am I in a cyber cafe? Absolutely not. Why did you ask? No, I'm not. Let's go to original again, and let's look at roads. Street, long road, nope. Level 3, nope, doesn't have it. So I've lost what I'm looking for. And the rail is the one that is doubled. And I can't use it. I can't use that. All right, so let's try. I just want a single rail. I probably should have put in double rail, but I didn't, and I don't want to now. We're using single rail. And who else? Or Minecraft doesn't have. Let's look at Caledonia. Look at Caledonia and see. They have a monorail, which is interesting. Nothing, it seems like some behind you who is playing some game. That's Vincentius Primus behind me. We're at our desks, and he's sitting behind me. And yeah, he actually is. Good for you that you can tell. He's playing word puzzles right now. Yeah. And so I'm not going to want to do that. By rail and roads. Do the roads have rail on them? Let's see for me for a second. Level 3. No, they don't. Okay, so let's go back. And let's look at roads again. Let's look at rail. By rail is double rail. I know that's... Oh, and it's that. So let's switch. Let's get out of them. And let's... I'm trying to find something. Wasn't that Caledonia that I was just looking at? It sure was. Switch. Let's go to let's go to Urban Savannah is more than likely going to have it. Colonial. Let's go to Colonial and look at their infrastructure for a minute. So they have canals and roads. Let me see if their roads have, there's a long straight level. There it is. It is Colonial, and it's Colonial, which was the one that I was looking for at one point. So I'm going to make Colonial Rail. This is the one that we're going to use for this because it's single rail, and that's the long straight one right there. And for at level 4, we're going to put in the level 5. We're putting in the rail, and I will probably change those lights and make them something different. As a matter of fact, right there at level 3, I like the way the lights look there, and that would be cool. Yeah, so this is the one that I'm going to use. So let's go to level 5 and let's X for a second. Let's come down here to where the track is coming out. So while Violetta is building her shop so that she can do the outpost, we are going to... Hi. You have what you need.
What's it today then?
Need something else. Open requests. You're going to get things delivered. Okay. And, yep, you're getting a delivery right now. Okay, good. And right here, this is where we're going to start putting in the rail. So Old English is not what we're using for the rail. Colonials, C-O-L-O-N, and we'll come here. Vincentius? Yes. Oh no, he was saying Vincentius is... Vincentius, say hi. Say hi in the chat.
Hi on the chat.
So that he can see your name. Colonial. This is Ayush. Ayush is watching the stream. And here we go, Colonial, right here. And let's go to infrastructure, and let's go to roads, and long straight right here. And let's do the level 5. And there's the level 5, and there it is. So this is what we're going to put right here to spread out into the forest right here. And we might have to do some bridging at some point, but this is what I want to come out. And thank you. I had to cough for a minute. Let's take this here, and we're going to put this on, and we're going to use this as the new, and there it is. So there's the extension, and so now that we have an extension that comes out to here, we can join these two together. And we're going to need a bridge piece right here. And we could, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do, yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and continue this road. here and let's continue. We're going to lose this tree. And depending on the number of these that we lose, I think we might, these are aspens, I think we might have to replant some aspens. Let's look at S-P-E-N. When we have trees, there's an aspen that we can use, and I think we have bone meal on us. So let's come here. Let's look for the bone meal, and there we are. So we can replant the trees in this area. I'm going to go and sleep for a minute. This is going to be difficult to do in the dark. So I'm going to come up, and it looks like there's a druid station here, and we don't have any. I beg your pardon, we don't have anyone stationed here right now, so I'm going to borrow this bed and go to sleep. And we can see that everyone is working on their projects, and that is good. And it's morning now, and we'll start seeing people coming out and going to work in a little bit. They'll come out of these houses, and they'll go to work. There's Sutton, he's leaving his house. And I can see down there, that is, what is her name? Uh-oh, I've lost a person's name. Oh dear. And then lots of different people coming out of their house and getting ready to go to work. One of the couriers lives here, and they just left. And we're coming out of their house. Can they jump from there? Let's put this up one more, just to make sure that they're not going to try jumping. They can jump from here if they want, but I just want to make sure. The couriers, sometimes they're so fast that they want to jump off of something rather than just take their time. So we just wanted to make sure. I really like this for the outside, and so let's continue. We'll switch back to Colonial, and Colonial, we'll switch to infrastructure, to roads, to the long straight, and that's what this is, and level 5, and we'll put it down, and there's our next set. We want the street lights to be on the same side. We're not going to have as many as they have. I'm going to have one here, but I don't want to have one as often as they do, because this is out in the wilderness. There are Batmen. I like that. Let's come here and let's construct this. And there we go. So this one is done, and we did lose that. Let's X. We lost that tree, so we're going to have to put a new tree in. And let's take this away. I'm going to need a pickaxe if I'm going to take that away every single time. We'll use pickaxe for that. Let's put these up for a second, and let's get a pickaxe and remove this light. I don't want to light that often. We don't need that, and we could have this, but I think I'm not going to have this here. I think we're going to make this straight. So let's take these away and make these straight right here. So we might do one every 2 or 3 or 4, but I'm not having them as many times as they have those lights. We're not in the city. So yeah. You have to go. Okay. All right. Ayush, it was nice. No worries. No worries. Bye. Bye. I'm going to look at my Hindi and see if I can actually say something to you in Hindi the next time you're here. So take care. And here we go. Let's continue. I need a tree right here because we lost a tree. There we go. Whoa. Okay, we definitely got a replacement. That's a beautiful replacement. Excellent. Okay, we have another tree up ahead, and it's also one of these. Although that looks like an oak. That is an oak. Okay, so we might need an oak replacement. And let's look. Oak, sapling, and there's an oak. So we'll put this one down, and we'll put this one here. So I know that's that. We'll leave this one down because I think we're going to take away that baby tree right there too. And let us continue. Let's continue putting in our colonial road. Infrastructure roads. Long straight. Level 5. And let's move. There it is. And up. Over. And there's the match. So, is it still on the ground is the thing. It is actually still on the ground in this area, and so that's good. It is still on the ground, so we will continue. And let us construct it, and let's hex. And now, as you can see, we are beyond the border. So with trade posts for Minecolonies, the player has to build the connecting road. has to build the connecting road. And so we've just moved beyond the border. So we must build the rest of this road in order for them to get to the outpost. So we're taking away these pieces right here, and we're going to put in this. I don't want, maybe a light every 3 or 4, but I don't want a lot of lights through here. We're going straight through, and we're going all the way through. When we get to here, we might want to start using the cave. We might want to start putting it in a building, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, but we're going completely straight across this country to get to the other side of that mountain where there is a swamp where we will be able to grow rice and soybeans. This is going to be so wonderful. So let's continue. Let's go to Colonial. And we'll select Infrastructure Roads, along straight again, level 5. And there we are. And I think that's good. We're still at this part. This is going to be interesting when I get here. And do I want it to go up? Am I going to make it go up, or am I going to have it stay in the same position? I think I'm going to dig it into the ground. I think I am. So we're going to lose that oak tree there. Constructed and X. So we'll take this tree. Oh, we'll take a tree, and I'm trying to look and see if there's some place to put another oak tree. We could put it out in the field. We could put it like right here, an oak tree in this area. That's away from the maples. Yeah, why don't we do that? It's a yellow oak. So let me see. I don't think I have a yellow oak. No, just have leaves. Let's see. Saplings, P. Let's see if there's a yellow. That's the aspen. That's the sakura. And so, yeah, we're just... That's yellow birch, but I don't see a yellow oak. I should see a yellow oak, but I don't see one. That's sakura. Yeah. Those are birches. Oh, wait. There's an orange oak. Orange spruce. A brown birch. Yellow spruce, yellow birch, but not a yellow oak. Even though it says it's an oak with yellow leaves. Interesting. It's not listed. All right. Well, it's a shame to lose the yellow oaks that are down here. See? When I click on them, the leaves turn green. So that is one of the ones that you can't recreate. So we won't worry about them right now. And we're going to cut our way through. And I don't think I want... I saw something move back there. At least it looked like something moved back there. I hear something. It can be scary. It is Minecraft. I saw something move back there. And I'm about to take away this light. Why don't we do this? It's sunset. Why don't we wait until the morning? And that'll give me a chance to make sure that everyone goes to bed. Hold on for a sec. Thank you, everyone. Let me make sure that everyone goes to bed. So if everyone goes to bed, it says all citizens are tucked into bed. And they have to go to bed in just like we do. Otherwise, they're too tired to work. I took the water before I got the hint. I drank something before I got the hint. So I'm going to come around town for a moment and make sure that everyone goes home and goes to bed. See if somebody's stuck somewhere. Why they're not going to bed. Sometimes the miner gets stuck. Visitors don't, they go to bed, but they're not on the same timetable that the people who live in town and have jobs. They usually have to get up in the morning. Visitors don't necessarily have to get up, and so they stay up later. I see the miner is here, so let me see what it says. Somebody is stuck somewhere. This is Eli. Let's look here. This is being worked on, but nobody's waiting here, so that part's good. Let's come down. I've got someone who's stuck somewhere, who's not going to bed. These beds shouldn't be affected. There are beds upstairs in the warehouse in the dorm area, but that shouldn't be affected by the build, and it isn't. They're all asleep, fast asleep, and very comfortable. The miner is up, so it's not the miner. There is one person. Let me check for Mia. Who is Mia with? Oh, no, she's in bed. This is her right here. So Mia does deliveries, and sometimes she gets lost. All right, so who could it be? Somebody's stuck somewhere. Josiah lives here. There we go. There's everybody. Okay, so everybody is now in bed. And so now I can go to sleep. So long as it says all are in bed, then if you want to go to sleep, you can. If you go to sleep before that, they don't get a good rest. And if you're in survival and you stay up all night, if you're up for 3 days, then you have more problems than they're not being rested. But we don't have those problems because those creatures are actually the pets of witches. And that's one of the other sets of pets. Witches have spiders, and they have those pterodactyls are their pets. And let's come here. In my story. That's in my story. All right, do I want to have this light? Yay, Violetta! Yay, team! Violetta has built this part of the building, and we're going to have her build the level 4. Look at this. Look at what her builder's shop is turning into. This is nice. And this is why we chose this. This is dark dust. We wanted something that would be off of the rail right here, and we wanted it to fit in with this area. Now she's going to make it out of the stone that's being used here, which is deep slate, I believe. Isn't that deep slate? Yep, polished deep slate. So she's going to make it out of deep slate. Eventually, I think she's going to start now. Let's see. Let's look at the build. This is only a 3, and sure enough, deep slate, 2 blocks of iron, and a deep slate door. Wow. Let's go right quick and look at Brooke, who would make those things. We can take a shortcut to Brooke. Violetta, where were you? Were you wandering around in the field? You know, they like to wander. They like to go places and see things. They do. They actually do. It's very interesting. Let's come down here. We're going to go to Brooke. So, like, we're on the train. Now, if I had put in a double track, which I'll remember for the future, if I had put in a double track, I would have been able to, I haven't reached the train station yet. I would have been able to put powered rail on one of the tracks and use the track myself. But I didn't. So this is Brooke right here. And Brooke needs some recipes. So let's look at the cutter. And sure enough, so there's Josiah's smooth quartz. Do we have that much quartz? That's going to be interesting. Teach that recipe. And then cobblestone extra. She knows how to make cobblestone extra. And we'll teach that recipe to her. And cobblestone extra flat. Teach that. And then end stone. Wow. Look, she's making stuff. See? That's what happens. They make this stuff. So let me teach her the other recipe that she needs, which is framed end stone. And the end stone is framed with dark oak. So we'll teach that. Now, over here, Marcos is going to make the door, and we'll teach him the recipe for the door. So let's come to the cutter, teach recipe. Huh. He must already know how to make the door, or the door's made out of some material that he can't do. I'm surprised that this is showing here. Let's see if it goes away. Okay, it didn't go away, so I'm going to delete it from here. I'm going to take it off of here if I can find it. Oh, see? It didn't even show? Really? Oh, so it's not his. It's not his, it's hers. Is the door hers too? She doesn't usually make doors. What's this door made out of? Hi, Brooke. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's look and see. Teach recipe. Yes, it's a deep slate bricks door. That's why. Teach. And we did teach her framed end stone, but it's not making it go away. I don't know why. Unless...
You'll protect us, right?
Yes, I definitely will. With the treaties that we've made, you don't have anything to worry about. The skeletons, they honor our treaties, and barbarians and pirates also honor our treaties, so you don't have to worry about those things. Okay. Let me come here. I'm going to go to the mechanic for a second and see if the mechanic is the one who makes that. And that would be Santino. He's our mechanic. And he deals with like copper and precious things. He might deal with the end stone. Let's come here. Nope, we need the other one. Let's come here and get the cutter recipe. Teach. Oh, a block of emerald panel. He definitely needs to know how to do that. Let's see if he knows how to make a block of emerald. Let's teach recipe emerald. Because we might not have a block of emerald. So let's teach him that recipe. And I think that's the only thing that we need to do for that. Okay. So Santino's standing right here. Oh no, I said Santino. Santino is actually the dye shop. This is Giovanni's shop. I'm sorry, Giovanni. And there goes one of our, is that Trenton? There's our new guy. There's Trenton. Trenton is making deliveries. He's the new guy. He just got his job as a courier. And that armored person that you just saw is our peacekeeper. That's Josie. Eventually we will probably have a couple more peacekeepers. They are essentially police. And we have some because, and there's one of the other, Trenton, you're getting around. Wow. Trenton taking the track back. We have peacekeepers for the same reason that people have peacekeepers on Earth, that cities have peacekeepers on Earth, just in case. And so that's what we have. As far as if something was to happen, our peacekeepers are druids. We have the gatekeepers. We have most of the people in town. A lot of the people in town are druids, and so they have the ability to be archers and have studied archery. Do I want another one of these yet? I suppose I could keep this one here. This is probably where the next one should be, the lights. I'll leave that for a moment. I'm going to put this in. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon their time before it gets completely dark. Let's go back to Colonial. And let's go to infrastructure and roads and the long straight and the level 5 so I can see the track. And let's move it in. And there it is. So that is it. And it is constructed. Alright, so that's X. So there is the next part of this. And if this was on a street, this would be fine. These being here like this, but it's not on the street. It's running through the forest. So I don't want, I really don't want that many lights in this section. So we have a light there. I'm okay with the light here because it's dark in this part of the woods. So we'll put one here and have the street light attached, and that's the kind that we want for them. I don't think we lost a tree. We might have lost one of these little oak trees that are right here. Oops. This is my pet peeve. This is my pet peeve. Sorry. I can't stand when they do that. It's my pet peeve. Everyone has pet peeves. That's mine. It's light enough at 6:30 their time for me to do one more. So let's come here. Colonial, infrastructure, roads, long straight, level, and let's move it out. Let's move it up so I can see it for a second. And then we'll move it right into here. And I can see that it's in the right place by crossing over the track for a second. And then we can construct it. So remember that I'm constructing this because I'm beyond the border. And the builders will only build up to the border. And so beyond the border, anything you build beyond the border, you have to build yourself. If I was in survival, I would be building this too. And I am not. And I think because it's dark, I think I'm going to go back. And we'll go here. So we can go back and sleep. I could throw down a sleeping bag and sleep here. Yeah, why don't we throw down a sleeping bag and sleep here for a moment? I have a sleeping bag on me, and we can put it right here, like this, right there like that, and there we are. Now we are sleeping. Okay, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll put the sleeping bag away, bring out the light, and we can see that the marketplace has some rare finds. We haven't been looking at the rare finds at the marketplace at this moment. What we're trying to do is put in this road. The farther away we get from the town, the more the town is just going to run on its own. Now, and there we have it. Remember, if you've been watching, you probably saw where I was searching all over for this road. And I think the reason I couldn't find it was because I thought it was rail. And it's not, it's road. And I think through here, I think we're going to have to begin to have a tunnel. We could, let's see what it looks like if we put in one more piece of land road for a moment. Let's come here. We're at 68. And at some point, we actually are going to have to go down to 60 because we're going to the swamp. But at this particular point, we're going to continue on the same level as the train station. And so let's continue for a moment. Nope. Let's switch to colonial again. If you continue for a while, it will hold on to the memory that you're putting something in, especially like roads. You can see, it'll see that you're doing that, and it will continue to do it. You don't have to go all the way back to colonial again every single time, but it's doing that because I went to sleep, and that's why. Shall we see what this looks like? constructed. Okay, so it is cutting through. I think I like it cutting through. I think I do in this area. Let's X, and we'll take away this one. So one more, we'll take this light away from here. I'm taking away this piece. This is the decoration block. That means that if it got damaged, it couldn't be repaired by the builder. But it can't be repaired by the builder anyway, because we're beyond the build. We're beyond the town border. So it can't be. Now this is going to go under. I think we're going to have it. I think we are. Because see that tree there? It's going to go underneath that tree. It comes up. Let me see how many blocks it comes up. Oh, because of the lamp. Ah, it comes up far enough that we could cut our way through. We could actually cut our way through. Let's try one more time. I forgot about the lamp. This lamp means that it's taking off a lot. And so let's see what happens. See, Colonial's still there. Roads, long straight, level 5. And let's match the road up. And let's bring it back one so I can make sure it's in the right place. It is. And a level 5 and constructed. And sure enough, see how much it's taking off because of the street light. It has to come up to this height. And so that is clearing away the land in this area, which is perfect for us in this instance. So let me X this. And we're headed towards, now this tree is going to be okay because there's the rest of the tree right here. What's not okay is this. So let's bring it down because this tree is going to show now. And so we're just going to bring this part of the tree up to match the roots right there. I think we have that. I don't think we have. This is our first one like this so far. This one's going to come down. And so we'll wait. And this one is going to get lost. This is a spruce, and we should get a spruce. I know we can get spruce, a spruce piece. So let's get that. And I'm going to let those go. I'm just using them to see what I'm doing. So let's bring this down for when we get rid of that spruce. I don't want one of these yet. So we'll take this one away here and we'll head on. That was interesting talking to Ayush earlier, and I like doing that. I originally had an idea that I was going to stream in a different language, and I was thinking I was going to stream in French, but it's much harder to do. It's much harder to do. Where does it lead? So Mr. Villager, oi, Mr. Villager, how are you? How are you? Come by. I'll show you where it's going to lead. We're going straight through here. We're going all the way through this area here. We're going through this hill right here. We're going all the way through, and we're going straight. I'm going straight and straight and straight and straight. And we're continuing straight. And then we come to water, and across this water is swamp. Is the first swamp. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yay. I'm glad about that, Mr. Villager. It's nice to see you. And here is the swamp. And when I come here, this is why we're coming here. When I go to Minecolonies food, this is Minecolonies food. It says that I can grow no, I can't grow soybeans. Really? Oh wait, I'm not there. This is the swamp on this side. That's something else over there where the witch's house is. But this is swamp here. So now let me look again. And soybeans, I can plant soybeans here. And I can plant rice. So we would be able to add rice and soybeans to the menu. I can't do chickpeas and I can't do nether peppers. They need hot. And so we won't have those, but we can have the pepper, the bell pepper, rice, and soybeans here, and that'll be really fun. You saw the hut when passing? Quite a find, yes. An actual witch's hut. And it's interesting, I think this mountain, there was a, this mountain is made of gravel, and I think when the witch built this hut, this didn't come down like this. I think this is a landslide that happened. This is my story, a landslide that happened here and almost got this witch's house, but it didn't. And we can dig it out when we get to here. Yes. So I'm making another outpost so that the whole purpose of Trade Post for Minecolonies was one of the things that it says in the wiki is that it's to allow you to go to different biomes and build and be able to get those things, like for us, be able to get rice from there. So we are going to have 2 outposts, and this one is in the east, and the other one, the one that goes to your people, is in the west. And those are our outposts. So I got a little off. Oh, that's right, because I moved over. I moved over because of the track. Now, I originally, did you see where I was? That was the reason why originally I was going to put the tunnel to go to that swamp. I was going to put it here. I was going to put it right here. And you can see that there's a filled-in tunnel there. But then I remembered, Mr. Villager, that I needed the rail to be attached to the train station. And so this rail is attached to the train station, and that makes it good. Wanting to do everything with it. Except what it was intended for? Oh, yeah? Except what it was intended for? No, I like both. I want to do other things other than what it's intended for. It's one of the things that it was intended for. That's what I feel. Should we go inside? I think I'd want to go inside. We'll go in here, or I could go back. It's not that far. And it does allow me to get into town enough that maybe everyone will go to bed. Because right now everyone is not in bed. So I think the night 2 nights ago, or last night, everyone was in bed. So I think we'll do that. Imagine leaving another one for far away just for mining and ore smelting, which is, by the way, a demand of ours. Yeah, I think there they are. Everyone's in bed now, so we can go to sleep. Yeah, and I think that makes complete sense. That anything that you want from some faraway place, you can put an outpost in, and have it go within 800. I think it's the farthest that Ayer is guaranteeing that the outpost will work is 800 miles. 800 blocks. I always think of that as miles. 800 blocks away. And so this is 700 and something blocks away. 790. Seriously, it's that close. So we did lose. There it is. Did we lose a maple? We did lose a maple, but it's attached to this tree, so it looks like it is. No, it's not. Okay. Ooh, she's done. So this maple right here, I need to bring this maple down to the ground. Let's take this and let's come down here. I think that's on the outside of the track. Yes, it is. And it's right here. So there it is. And we'll bring it down into the ground. And so there's that tree. And that tree is spared. And there was... Oh, I was planning for this spruce here, which I know is going to go away. Okay. And I think this time we will put in the... a block is technically a meter. Oh yeah, that's kind of, yeah, how about that? But 800 miles away was funny. I just automatically translated it into Earth, American Earth measurements at that, not even Earth measurements, because a lot of Earth is on the metric system. And so let's go to Colonial. Remember, Mr. Villager, when I was looking for the track and I couldn't find it anywhere? It's because it wasn't track. It's actually the road. And that's why I couldn't find it. It's the road at level 5. And that's why I couldn't find it. But this is the one that I loved, that's at the other end of the gatehouse. And that I couldn't find it. But I found it now. And so we are using it for this. And this is perfect because because it digs. See, it digs out this entire area. Now this spruce, I think because of where it is, look where it is and look where the tree is. I think we're going to be able to move that. We knew that this one was going to come up. We can move that up like that, and that'll make that look better. Let's X this, and let's save the spruce. We don't have to grow a new one if we put it right here. So let's bring the spruce all the way down into the ground right here. And this is going to be a crooked spruce, but it will save the tree. The tree will actually be saved by bringing it up to here. And then we can say that this is a branch of the tree right here, and we can bring this up to here, and see the tree is still there. So that's what we're going to do with that one. And we have the road still going. Now this light we're going to keep, but we're going to change it to look like our lights, and that is lanterns. And there we are. And so we have one, and this is where we're at right now. So how close are we to needing a tunnel? Let's see what a tunnel looks like. I think we're at the point where we need to go underground. So let me see what I've got here for a moment. I don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need this. I don't need this. Turns out we don't need this right now. We can put this up here, and that gives us what we have. And we are going to take the build tool back, and let's look at cavern style. Now the question is, do we want to do cavern? Because cavern's fine for in town. I think we want to do the same thing. I said real life, didn't I? Shame on me. Earth measures. This is real life. I spend a lot of time here, so it must be real. Earth measurements. Exactly. Yeah, this cavern is good for in town because we have people walking and stuff in town, and so this cavern's good. But for out of town, we're going to go back to using the new one. You forgot it was an actual road piece. Yes, we're going to go back to using. I did too. I totally was looking at rail and didn't realize that it was road. And yeah, so let's look at switch to trade post. We're going to use trade post's rail, and let's come to infrastructure, rails, and the single track. And let's turn single track. What am I looking at? There it is. Okay. So here is the tunnel for it. And let's match the rail right here, first of all, and then bring it down. And there it is. So yeah, look how perfectly that fits under this. We're getting ready to go underground. And we're going to use Trade Post's own rail to go underground. So this is Trade Post, single track, constructed. And there it is. And let's X. And so there is the new part that we're putting in. Now here, where this tree is actually connected on that side. I could have the tree come down inside here on this wall. Let me look for the tree for a second. So there's one piece of tree right here. Let's have the tree come down into the wall here, and this is the part of the tree that is keeping that tree a tree. And what did I remove? Did I remove one of these? I think so. Okay. And so that's how that tree is still alive. And this is giving us lighting here. I don't really want, so we're going to cover it. We're going to have it come all the way up to here. And there we go. So it is now going underground, and we're going to continue. Now, these aren't really that long, and I don't mind that doing the thing where it's now going into a tunnel. And I suppose this is going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine with it doing this. So let's come here. We don't need these right now. Let's hold on to that. And let's continue. And it is, nighttime is coming, but we're inside. So we're going to continue to do this. You will do the Trade Post Original. I am going to do the Trade Post Original because it's swampland. Unless it's hilly, unless there's some way I can justify the hill, but I think I'm just going to do the Trade Post Original and have that. The classic Greek doesn't have farms, so that's another reason why we would want to do the original. Let's come to infrastructure rail single, and let's turn this. Where are you? Are you up or down? You are up. Very far up. Okay, so let's bring this down here. And it is in the right place. The track matches, so we'll push it through to the wall and then we'll construct it. So as I've explained, and Mr. Villager knows, is that because this is the part that you as the player has to build because it's beyond the border, so the builders will not build this rail for you. So you have to do it yourself. It's so weird the way it's moving a little bit. It looks strange. And yes, this time I will. And so this is the reason why we have Violetta. Remember, Violetta wanted to be an outpost builder. So Violetta has a builder's shop right here. This builder's shop is going to be the shop she's going to use to build the outpost. She's going to build it from here, and she'll be able to ride the trains straight out to it. And yes, I am going to use the trade post style. There's trade post style, hills style, and is this X'd? It doesn't look like it is. Let's X this, and let's continue. Trade post style, hills style, and infrastructure rails. Go back. Oh yeah, okay. Single track. And let's see where it is. Let's bring it down. Oh, it's turned sideways. And that's what keeps happening. Okay, and the track is in the right place. Yes. And one more back and put in constructed. And I'm not interested, and I think most of you who watch me on a regular basis know, I'm not interested in collecting materials. So the nation of Ta'ana, the mermaid nation, is providing, in the story, is providing the materials that are being used for these tunnels. And the builders are, we are getting builders, our builders, to build this. And that is the story. That's who's building these extensions, these connections. And continue. Rail, single, turn, and put it back. Put it down one, and now put it back, and continue. Constructed. Now, if I was the interesting thing is that if you were doing this particular build, there's an interesting thing about these tracks. Constructed and X, and let me show. So this this block here and this block here, these are trade post blocks, and this is mixed stone. So if you were, this is an expensive build because if you were doing this, mixed stone is cobble, andesite, granite, and diorite all mixed together. So every single one of these stones here is 4 stones. And granted, when you do mix them together, let's show this, when you do, you get 4 stones. So it's not like you're losing. It's just that you have to have all 4 of these ingredients in order to make this. And then the other stone is the rough stone. And let's look at rough stone. Rough stone, and it is rough stone for trade post. And it is stone, which means you have to be able to silk touch, or you have to have a brickyard that is going to give you stone. You can request stone from the brickyard, and gravel mixed together give you rough stone, and you get 2 of them. So once again, you're not losing a block. You actually get enough out of the materials to make it worth your while. But I just wanted to show that because, yeah, you have to have granite, and you have to have andesite and diorite to make this tunnel when you're making it. Now you could do like what I did and do a cavern tunnel. The tunnel that we did in town is a cavern style tunnel, and the cavern style tunnel is only using stone. So it's using stone, and it's using brick and rail, of course. And this is the most that you have, is this diorite domum piece, domum ornamentum block, and that's probably your most expensive block. Now when this building is done, we had it sitting here so that it would be in this location and that we could see it and that sort of thing. It's going to be right here. When she's done working on it, she might be done working on it just about the time that we're ready. Should we have her go up to the level 5? We already have the others going up to level 5. So we could have her go up to level 5 and be a level 5 builder. It will mean that she will build much faster when she gets to, when she gets to the swamp and sees this location. Let's come here. Let's switch back again and colonial. And let's go to infrastructure, roads, long straight. No. Let's go back. We're not using that. We're using trade post. Switch. Let's go to trade post. And let's go to infrastructure, rail, single, and turn it. And then bring it over and bring it down and just put it in. So we're going to be able to get rice, and that's very exciting. I'm very excited about the fact that we're going to be able to get rice. So this road is now inside the mountain. We're now definitely inside the mountain here. And we're going to be inside the mountain for a while. Oh, I can't show you. Hold on. Do I want to sleep on next to the track? I could do that. Hold on for a second. Sleep next to the track for right now. Lay down a sleeping bag right here and go to sleep. And there we are. It is morning. And we'll just go and look and see that we are now inside. See where this is? So if I wanted, and I do, I'm going to take this part and cover it up in this area. And there we are. So we are now headed through the hill, through this mountain. We're going to come out on the other side, and we've got something there. And we're probably going to be able to be on land again, maybe. We'll see when we come through the hill if we are able to do that. And where are we at? We're at 2 hours. So we've put in a fair amount right now of this. And I would like to continue, but I want to go back and check on town for a second. I want to check and see what everyone's doing. We know that she is here.
You
And
are
what
so
aren't you
wise.
getting? The brick slab. You know, I forgot to make sure that deep slate brick slab was something that could be made. Let's go through town. I'm going to take away the prompts for just a minute. Let's go this way. And I see people running around. Those are couriers. They're delivering. And we're going to go straight down this road to Brooke, who is our stonemason. And there she is, as a matter of fact. That's Brooke right now. She's probably checking something at the warehouse. Let's come here and let's do deep slate brick. And there it is, deep slate brick. Let's see how it's made. And it's made that way. I think she knows how to make that, but I just make sure. The polished is cobbled deep slate. And then she wanted brick. I think she wanted brick, but let me look and see for a minute. Let's make all of these things go back into my stuff. And let's bring down the clipboard and see if it's on the clipboard. And the courier is still on there. Oh, the leather boots, that's why. And stone brick. Marine basalt stairs. Okay, we're gonna have to stay here and look at some things. And look, there's our first terracotta. Whoa. Ooh, Josiah wants mycelium? We don't have any mycelium. Oh my gosh, Gregory is going to have to find. Gregory is the manager of the warehouse, and he's going to have to find some mycelium. I haven't seen mycelium in a build in ages. Wow. Yeah, and then we've got some terracottas, which means we have tons of clay. So, but we will have to make sure, and there is our first purpur, I believe. I think that's our first purpur, but we might have to check with our Narluk and get our Narluk to provide purpur for us. Mycelium, that's going to have to come from Taana. I haven't seen that in ages. And leather boots, the reason why that courier shop is not getting made, and I'm going to do that first, is because we turned off leather boots so that the shops wouldn't order leather boots and keep selling them, selling them all. Let me do it a different way. Let's go out here. Let's go back to the warehouse for a second. I'm passing through the tree farm, which is why I'm picking up tree stuff. Let's come up here. I want to see if there's some boots from Madeline. Madeline and Dennis are the fishers, and they might have found leather boots. So let's sort the warehouse, and then let's come here and let's look for boots. And sure enough, look at all of these. So this is what we want to, I'd rather do this. And wait, I didn't look for the indicator. Hold on. I need an indicator. There it is. See on the ground, it's red. And that is the indicator that I'm looking, which means that it's downstairs and not upstairs. And right here, and there they are. There's all the boots. Let's take this for a second and put all of this up here. And let's take all the boots down. Let's take all the hats down. We're going to sell these. Whatever we don't use for the courier huts that we need, we're going to sell. So let's come here. We have to have full boots in order to do anything with them. So I have one of these, and this looks like the shortest one. That one there. So we'll put that one together. Let's put these two together. And let's put these. Now I know that is kind of a little wasteful, but I'm going to do that. And we don't have enough for that one. So let's put this back in the inventory for now until we get some more. Let's take the 2 pairs of boots because I think she needs 2 couriers. And so I know we could have used an iron boot, but I'm not interested in doing that right now. She'll just have to make 2 of these. So we'll give her these 2 boots so that she can make the courier, and the rest we'll take to the market. And we haven't really checked any rare finds at the market to see. Taana provided some ancient debris, which was very, very rare. Let's look at rare finds. Look at how much. Look at what we've got. We've got way more rare finds than we did, including mangrove log. Wow. Brown dye. Let's buy the brown dye. Let's buy the apples. And let's buy the mangrove log.
Right away.
And so we just bought those things. We have plenty of money. We have over 2 million in coin. So buying those things is fine. And we're going to put them into the stash right here like that. And they will go back to the warehouse. Now, I think I'm going to have Jack sell hats. Jack is going to sell these helmets. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, wait. I'm putting them in the wrong place. Am I? Hold on. Where am I putting them? Am I putting them? No, I am putting them in the wrong place. Hold on. Inventory. Take these out. Let's put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so he's going to have those. And then, what you doing? Zoe, is that you?
Yes.
So what are you doing? What are you doing? And then we'll go over to Eli and we'll give him the boots to sell.
Right away.
Thank you. And that takes care of them. So you can see that Jack is selling. Jack, what are you selling? Are you selling oak trees? What are you selling them for? Hold on. How much is he selling these oak trees for? 313. 313? We have to take oak trees off of the list. What? Oh my gosh. Hold on for a second. We're going to make sure that the composter is not doing trees. I don't think she is, but I'm definitely taking it off the list if she is. Let's come over here and see what if Cheyenne is composting trees, because 313, that is a good price. So let's look here. And sure enough, trees. Oak, saplings. Let's do sapling. L. I have some saplings turned off, I see. And I just want to make sure that oak is turned off. It might not be. Let's do oak sapling. And it is turned off. Good, 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 good. Oh my goodness. Money is what doesn't lack. That's for sure. We have plenty of coin. We definitely do. So, wow, that took us all day. Going to the market and doing stuff in the marketplace. But we were actually supposed to be checking on the builders and making sure that the things that they need, that they're getting. Wade is doing some special project. What are you doing, Wade? You're level 4. So what are you working on? The recycling center. So what do you need? Framed purple crying obsidian. What? I don't know that we have any crying. We have to, because we put some in the nether mine, in the ambassadors area. Crying obsidian. Whoa. So we need some crying obsidian, and it is stained purple glass. Okay, and a lodestone. So the lodestone is the serious one, because that means that we have to use the ancient debris, and we have to be able to get ingots. And that's going to be curious to see how we do that. Let's check both of those recipes. I think the crying obsidian one, I think Brooke, we gave her that one earlier. But maybe not. Maybe she can't do it. Maybe it has to be done by Giovanni, who is the mechanic. So do you want me not to use the classical Greek? Do you want me to change the outpost so that the outpost gets finished? Is that what you want me to do? Because I can change it back to the hill. I wanted to give V Knight a chance to see if he would. Let's come here and let's look at what teach recipe. Yeah, the endstone is here, and it's not going away for some reason. Let's look at this recipe for a minute, and let's look at endstone. So endstone brick is made from endstone. So let's teach this recipe and see if that makes that go away. Let's look at a lodestone and see what the hell it is. Oh, lode, L-O-D-E. So a lodestone is chiseled stone brick. So let's do the chiseled stone brick first recipe, just to make sure. I think we have it already, but I just wanted to make sure. And then let's go back to the lodestone, and then we need this. So a netherite ingot is a mechanic, and that means that they are getting this scrap. Scrap. Where does scrap come from? Ooh, ancient debris from the ore smelter. Wow. I think that we don't have to specifically do a recipe, but let me see if we do. Ancient debris, we do. Look at this. No, it should be here. ANCIENT. and it is there, and it's on. So that means that he will make the ore. So let's come here and look at this again. Teach recipe. So he'll make this. He'll make this. And then to make the ingot, GOT, you need that's a netherite ingot. Wow, I didn't realize that you need netherite scrap, and you need gold to make the netherite ingot. When was the last time I did that? It's been a while. Let's come here. What could we do? Nothing. I can't readapt. Nothing we can't rearrange. I mean, if the conditions are favorable, so yes, you think. If the conditions are favorable to V-Night actually getting it done, I thought it was maybe going to happen, but I don't know for sure anymore. If it is, it takes some doing, and maybe that's the problem, for him to completely change the design and actually do that. So I don't know, actually. The version is the one that needs netherite. You're saying this because now we just need iron to make the lodestone. Quite unfortunate for us. I don't think, hold on. And let's look here, and let's teach a recipe. And let's teach, first of all, this. Ooh. It's a blacksmith. It must be the blacksmith that does it. Okay, let's look at the lodestone again for a minute, though. Is there more than one recipe? There doesn't seem to be, but hold on. Not that way. Yeah, it's saying that she can make it. Yeah, nope. They're using the netherite, and that one they're not using the iron one. In actual days. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing I'm not sure of. And and it's one of these things that Ayer did ask them, V-Night, to if they would fix it, and they said yes. And that's the reason that I was going to wait, because they said they would fix the classical Greek outpost, so that it had the mandatory builder and the mandatory guard in it. And he said that, Ayer said that he was going to change the wiki, the schematics on the wiki, so that it showed that those two things were necessary for an outpost. So yes, so we're going to go to, it's not Giovanni, it is Lucas, who is our blacksmith. And we're going to go to Lucas and give him the recipe. Give him the recipe. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. How close? Okay, good. Oops. This is Lucas right here. He's our blacksmith. And let's teach the recipe. We're going to teach, let's come here and let's get this recipe. And sure enough, it's for him to make. So I think we're good. I think he knows how to do gold. I think, or Giovanni does, and that takes care of that. Let me go to the marketplace and see what's there. Since I'm so close, hi Mia. Mia's headed to her stumelier. She's the one who is from Marketplace, from Trade Post for Minecolonies, and she makes the perpetual stew, and she delivers it. She not only delivers it, but she's responsible for picking up bowls as well. And we're going to come here to Jack, and Jack's not in yet. Eli's in. Jack must be getting something to eat. And we'll look and see what the finds are. Apples. Let's buy apples. We don't need saddles. And the fire coral block. Interesting. Let's buy the fire coral. We definitely don't need poison potatoes. We have a potato field. We have 2 fishes, so we don't need salmon. The cabbage is not ours. Not Minecolonies. The cabbage is Farmer's Delight, and so we're not going to grow that cabbage. We usually grow that in the family farms that they take care of as a part of the story. And we don't need saddles unless we can sell them back, and why buy them if we're going to sell them? So these 2 things we will add to the warehouse, and we're good to go for now. I think now a re-roll. Let me see what happens here. So see, the apples disappeared. If I re-rolled this, it would give me the apples back, but I'd be paying $8,000 to do that, so it's not worth it. Right at this particular point, I'd rather pay you $8,000 to get them, Mr. Villager. So yeah, so Mr. Villager is talking about the fact that our original outpost is out in this direction, that we have already made a rail going out and going through the mountain here. It goes through the Cherry Hill Mountains, and it comes out. It has to go up in order to come out, and so it goes up to here, and we have an outpost here that is the classical Greek style, level 1, and unfortunately it doesn't have a builder in it, and so that's why we were waiting for it. This is Mr. Villager's village, and he's very anxious to have, for his people to have a connection to the town. Now this is Mr. Villager's curated village. This is the village we made specifically for the villagers who migrated from a little village that was on the coast, a mining village on the coast, and they decided that they wanted to move inland, and some of them did, not all of them. Some of them still wanted to mine, but the ones who wanted to farm wanted to move to flatter land so they could farm. So this is a villager mining town. Now, it's the first time we've seen bohemian tents used for villagers who work at something other than art. Usually when these bohemian tents are here, they don't do anything, and so that means they're artists. And so we would need it level 5 to make the reforms, but nothing can hold us. Yeah, and well, we're up to level 5. The builders, we have 2 builders who are building, 2 builders who are already level 5 builders. We're building oh, look at the rank. What in the world? Did you see that? It was an actual strike. Whoa! Let's quickly go in here and go to sleep. Oh my gosh! Whoa! An actual strike on the ground. Wow. Okay, it's the next morning and the sun is shining and the villagers are already up. I went to sleep early and they came in after me and went to sleep, and now they'll come out in town. And let me see, unless that frightened them so much that they're still inside. No, they're not in the temple. So, oh, I just saw someone. There we go. There's someone coming in to the temple. Who is this? This is the cartographer right here who is coming inside. Good morning. And wow, did you see how quickly that rainstorm came up? Man, which reminds me, should I? I think I should. Let's get some copper. Let's put a lightning rod on top of the temple. And that will help protect the town. We'll put that right there. That actually looks nice like that, doesn't it, Mr. Villager? Your soon new mining outpost. Yeah. So there it is right there. And we've got that. You mean having an outpost come out to here? That would be interesting, having 3 outposts, wouldn't it? That would be really wild. So here's the mine. If we came directly through the mountain, so you know how the road goes, makes a right turn? Let's see where the road is, where the rail is, and where we can, if we didn't make that right turn, where would we be? Oh, we'd be way over here. But see, so we'd be here, and we'd come through here, and we'd be right here. We would come through right at this point right here, and the mines are right over here. We could do that. We could definitely do that. Isn't that interesting? We could. Now, if I did do that, I think this time I would do a double rail, probably, over to this way. See where it is right there? That's the city on the other side of the hill. And I think at 60, let me see, this is 68, I think. Yep, this is 68. Let me see where 68 is on the other side here. Just to see at what level. So if we tunneled through this hill, we would come out at 68. We're now at 95. So 68 would be, oops, 68, whoa. 68 is right here, wow. We would come out right here. So we would probably have to build a road around to the mining port right here and put that in. Or we could come through the mountain right here. We could have the rail turn off inside the mountain and come straight to the mine. because the rail is right here. So see, if we did, it would be coming from someplace in there and do it. That would be really interesting to have it do that. I think I would actually like it to maybe come from the inside. Wow, McKenna is done. We now have our first level 4. We have our first level 4 housing, and the first 2 people to live in level 4 housing are Boone and Ellie. They are living in Brooke's Mason house. Brooke moved back in with Cash. Since Boone and Ellie were a couple and they had kids, she actually gave them the house. It gave her an excuse. It was almost sort of like she said to herself, well, maybe I should never have moved out of living with Cash, because she and Cash really were really sort of a couple. Were seeing each other even after she moved out from Cash's house, his builder house, and moved into her own, moved into the Mason house. Cash was still meeting her in the dining hall and spending time with her. So even though Zoe moved in, a couple people moved in, a couple workers moved in when there was housing needs. Zoe was the last one. She's a courier. She is moved in to the house, but she is not. She at one point complained about living with Cash, and I'm gonna take time to see, is Zoe going upstairs and leaving Brooke and Cash in the main bedroom. We'll check it out when we get a chance, since I thought about that. But yeah, so however, Boone and, which is really interesting, Boone and Ellie are now the first level 4 people that we have. And they can have, this is a level 4 house. Let's see what a level 4 house looks like. This is on Yanka's design. She's got a little table here and seats, and they should really have a third seat since they actually have a kid. The kid's not living with them, but they do have a kid who comes and visits. And let's see if this is their bedroom. Yep, see there's a bedroom here for the kid. And they've got some storage in that room too. Interesting. And then upstairs is now wow, they have a loft. Look, nice. Now if this remains like this, the bed remains like this, we're going to make it a king-size bed, because this is a couple living here, and we'll do that. And we're not in the 50s in the United States. So, and then there's another bed here. So there's enough room for a second kid if they decided to have one. And Boone, Maximilian, oh, he is living here. Max is living here, and Maximiliano is Boone's kid, even though they are not. This is interesting, Mr. Villager, but it's not showing that they are related. It should be, and it's not showing that they're related, and it's not showing anyone being related to anybody. And I have a feeling that that might be broken or something. We'll have to check and see why it's not working. But now McKenna is going to start bringing up these people here, and she's going to start with McKenna is going to start with the brickyard first, and then she's going to bring up the I think she's going to bring up the crusher, Ellie, next. She's only going to do 2 at a time, and she's going to bring these 2 up. And so that's what she's working on. Now we know that Cash is working on the warehouse, and we explained earlier that he's working on bringing the warehouse up to a level 5 because we've run out of room. We started having the warehouses full. And so, yes, that is Boone Green. It is indeed. It sounds very American. And so this is what Cash is working on. And you can see this building changing into the full level 5 that he's working on. And he's getting the materials to work on that. And then Josiah, I believe, is working on his shop so that he can become a level 5. And when he becomes a level 5, he'll begin by bringing up the fishery and the animal farms first, because they are both in housing, and so those 2 have to be brought up to level 4s first when he gets done. He's a level 4, but he's working on being a level 5 because we're not ready to do any more level 4s. I think I'm going to want the builders to be at level 5 when they start doing level 4 housing. And so that's what we're doing right now. So the reason that we have them, we are doing these houses first is because inside the houses are these businesses. See, the lights are all out in here, and that's because she worked on this and took the lights away, because I think I had the lights attached. I think I had the lights sitting somewhere that she removed them, and that's why they're not here. So we'll just put in some lights in these areas just for now, so that everyone has a light in their areas, because she's not working on the house anymore. The house is now a level 4. And that's pretty cool. Look at all this prismarine right here as a part of the challenge, that this house has all this prismarine on the roof. Oh my gosh. So let's come here and let's look at the cutter and see if anything's been added. And this is polished deep slate, and let's see if she can make it. She can, good. And so we'll have her make that recipe. And now we're just going to go back here to the road, and so we can see that to the west is the road that goes to the bridge over the Coconino River, and that goes to Mr. Villager's village. And to the east is the new road that we're putting in that's going to go to the swamplands, and that's where we're going to see. Now, right here, this is a warehouse. So this is going to be an entrance. When this is a level 5, we're going to, you can see there's a hallway right here. And this hallway we're going to open up and make it have an entrance to the rail right here. And here where the mechanic is, the mechanic shop is, we have opened up a road for the mechanic to be able to be here. And it probably needs a light, judging from the way how dark that was. But this is actually the mechanic and the glass shop, and they can reach the road through the rail through this entrance here. And then here, this is primarily an opening connecting the rail to the farm country, specifically because the builder needed to be able to get to food and to housing. and we're going to need it anyway because we're bringing produce back, and we could bring it through here this way, but it'll probably just go to the warehouse. But this allows a better connection for the builder, for Violetta. And here she is, and she is doing okay. She still needs deep slates brick. I did make a deep slate brick, didn't I? Is that the thing that I got interrupted when I saw something else? I bet it is. Let's go back. We can go all the way down here on the railroad, like we're taking the road. Ah, there's Josie. We're coming all the way to here to go up to Brook. Now this is the main road, and one of the main roads in town, and that's why the train station is there. Let's come here and let's look at brick. Teach deep slate brick. So we taught deep slate. We had to get smooth deep slate in order to get polished, I think. No, polished is normal. Brick is from the polished. Okay, so there we go. And then we can make the slab piece. She doesn't know. I don't think she knows how to make those. I'm going to make the stairs at the same time. Now she's not asking for tile yet, deep slate tile, which is different. That's made from brick, and she's not asking for those as yet. You can't wait for the level 5 in this city? We're close. Uh-oh, there goes the light. We're close to level 5. We really are. But we're not going to go to level 5. The only reason we're going to level 5 with the builders is to make them faster, and because we needed to build the warehouse. We have to have a level 5 warehouse. We've run out of space. And when we have the level 5 warehouse, oh look, he put down those pieces again. When we have the level 5 warehouse, then if we run out of space, we'll be able to increase the racks by 3 times. We'll be able to increase the racks before we need a second warehouse. So all of that is really good. And because of trade posts for Minecolonies, we might not need a second warehouse, because trade posts for Minecolonies helps us get rid of a lot of the materials that we would have trouble getting rid of before, and we would have to hold on to in a warehouse. And so we all get our rewards. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to see. I might ask Ayer if I could ask him in a private message. I would try and do that rather than ask on the Discord, because I don't want it to seem like I'm rushing Veen Night, but we would like it. Look at the sunrise. Look what color it's coming up. That is so pretty. Look at the way that looks in this area. That is just beautiful. I just love the way that looks. I'm just going to have to take a snapshot of it. So I'm not on the server. If I was on a server, I could link to other players' towns. But because of that... Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm I'm sorry. Wait, I'm going to say something in chat because Mr. Villager can't hear me anymore. Aw. Oh, that's a shame. It's just his location, and it sometimes interferes. Do I want to do anything here? Should we, since we're still in town, I'm going to look at the rare finds for a moment and see. What was my answer to as fast? Let's come here. Let's come here. Yes. No, wait. She started working on that. Let's come here. I will think about it. We'll definitely change styles for the outpost after the swamp one outpost. If the night hasn't updated. And that is my answer. And what I should have shown, I should say to Mr. Villager, is there is a village in the swamp area. And maybe I should show it to him, and that will help. Because there actually is a village in the swamp. And we are headed to the east. We can see the builder. That's the builder's shop right there on the side of the rail line. And let's go over. There's the monastery for the villager monks right there. I beg your pardon. And we're coming straight across here. And I think the only reason why we're building it in the swamp is because we want to be able to farm. And the village is a pretty big village, but it is, if I'm not mistaken, but it is under the jurisdiction. There's actually a protectorate. They belong to a protectorate. And let me come down here and see. Actually, let me look at the map and see where we are. And see where I saw it. So I'm here, the swamp is here, and the village is... yeah, it's this big village right here. So it's beyond the swamp. Now, where it is, I think I can build roads there, but I can't. The closest I can get the outpost, I think, because the outpost runs out at 800. You can't go beyond a certain distance. But the villagers are right over here. And it is a large city, village. It's a large village. And let's see if I'm going in the right direction towards it. There it is. And so you can see it's actually in the swamp. And there is the mountain that they're connected to. And they are around this entire mountain. You can see that there are villagers. This is one of the things that we discovered, and this is one of the reasons that we thought about the swamp and was like going, wait a minute, it's a swamp. What can you grow in the swamp? And so, yes, so this is actually a beautiful big village. And you see that shadow? That belongs to that thing up there that is so high up you can't see it. But it is a protectorate state. It belongs to them. And they're actually the mob who is guarding over this, who this city belongs to. And so we could do treaty. We could do a treaty with that mob, with that ship, and say that, you know, that all we want to do is trade, that we're not interested in moving in and doing things. We can make some, I'm sure that they wouldn't care if we did some upgrades or added something to it, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful village. It's got some scary stuff. You can see that there's lava in a cave down below, and I haven't done anything with it. I've just left it. I'm afraid that if I do something, they'll start investigating. Are you stuck in the trough? That's the leather worker or the weaponsmith. Let me see who it is. That is the weaponsmith. Hi. Wait, come back. There you are. Hello. That's the weaponsmith, and we have two of them. And the first thing I've ever seen, a flower, a botanist who sells flowers and has an actual flower shop. And I think you weren't here when I discovered this, but that is really cool. And so yes, so that's another reason why we're over here. So let me look at the map for a minute, make sure I'm going back in the same direction. And yes, I am. So this is where we are, but it is a little tiny bit far. There's the witch's house. The witch's house is right here. So see, it's on the other side of the swamp. However, it's just a beautiful, you can see the ship on the map. It's just a beautiful, beautiful town. So we are facing the correct way. Oh, don't change the direction. So the sun's setting over there. So we're just going to go back into town for now. And we will continue working on this, working on reaching this location so that we can have rice and soybeans. With rice and soybeans, we can expand the menu to include items that use those things, which is very important. I think I've messed up. Let me look at the map again. Yeah, I'm not. Am I going straight? I'm going straight. Oh, yeah, that's right. We hadn't gotten to that part yet. That's why. We hadn't gotten to the other part of the river where the witch's house is. There it is right there. And we're going to have to build a bridge across to the swamp, or we're going to have to go around and reach the swamp, have the road turn here and come into this area, because this is where we need to put the outpost, in this area right here. And so we'll probably have to have the road turn when we get to a certain point. In the same way, we have to have the road turn on the other side where the mining is. Now, yes, there is a barbarian camp here, and the barbarians are not here. Actually, they are here. I see them. See that wheat there? So they have animals and stuff. So they're here. Oh, and they have a wolf as well. Is that their wolf or is that our wolf? Hold on, let me look at something. That's not Rude Wolf. Okay, that's their wolf. And now I've turned myself around, but we're going towards the west. And so we'll continue on. But I think it's not going to matter about that. That because of where we are, where we're going to end up. And remember this village here. We have a village right here, just outside of town. When we look on the map, look how close they are. They're right here, and look at where town is. And that's pretty amazing too. So that's another thing. If Mr. Villager is there, that there is a village right there. Mr. Villager, for those of you who are watching, hi everybody. Mr. Villager and I play Dungeons and Dragons. We're essentially dungeon and dragoning this game, this Minecraft game, Minecolonies modded Minecraft, in that he is on a different platform than I am. I do not have a server. He does not have a server. But we pretend, like Dungeons and Dragons, we pretend that we're in the same world and that we trade between villages and the townspeople. Mr. Villager is the ambassador of the villagers. He knows everything about villagers, hence the name Mr. Villager. And that's how we play. And so that is what he's talking about when he's asking for these outposts to be put in so that his people can be directly connected to the city, to the town. It's not quite a city yet. It's a really nice big town. It is. It's a nice big town. And we're going to continue to get the road out to the new swamp area where we can grow rice. I want to do that. And as I said to Mr. Villager, if by that time Veen Knight hasn't updated the classical Greek style of the outpost, then I'll have no other choice but to change the style and use either hills or trade post at that location where Mr. Villager's primary town is, his curated town. So we can see how far beyond the border we are. And it's weird, you see the border there and it's like, wow, we're still close to the border. And it's like, yes, we are. But it's not from the border, it's from the town center. It has to be within 800 from the town center. And so we measured that, and it is it comes to 797 is where it comes, 797 or 779. It's one of those numbers, and I can't read my own writing. And yeah, so here we are. So this is what we're going to continue to do. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. I've been here for 3 hours. And this is the end of my stream right now. I hope you enjoyed it. It was nice having people in chat, different people in chat, as well as Mr. Villager. So thank you, everyone, for being in chat. And thank you for all who are watching right now. And thank you for those of you who will watch later. We've been listening to Drone Hands music. Behind Drone Hands has You can find his information in my about, and he's the one who did the music that we're listening to while I'm talking. And then we're going to listen now to Vincentius Primus. Vincentius is going to take us out. He's going to play the guitar, and enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. We'll be back on Twitch, and I will. Oh, cool. I'll look at that. I will, Mr. Villager. I will definitely look at that. Okay, and here we go. Bye for now, everyone. Bye for now.